Hi there guys, in this video it's going to be a little bit different. I'm basically going to try and show you the fastest run I know at the moment. Like I said, this run nets in around the 1.5 mark and it's done within 9 minutes. So I've done some calculations and it works out just around or just under around about 10 million per hour. So I think that's pretty good for a trade run. Like I said, if you know something better than I do and you can get more than 10 million per hour for a trade route, let me know. Like I said in the other videos, I used to pause and explain things, but in this video I'm purely just doing things as fast as I can. Another change to keep to bring the speed up is that I won't be using the autopilot at the start of the process. I will be basically doing manual until I get to the station and through, and then when I'm through the station's door, then I use the autopilot then to bring me down. It's just because basically the autopilot's quicker at doing it than, well, it's not quicker, but it's just less faults, or so it will have just at that stage. Like I said, for the trade route where I've calculated is around the 10 million mark, that's with the return trip. So that's, like I said, how much you should be able to do realistically in an hour. And like I said, I worked it out roughly, it said about 6.7 runs per hour. And like I said, at 2,803, I think, credits per unit, and on this ship, which is 500 and something other, it's 9.9 million basically. It's just about under the 10 mark. So like I said, not too sure if you can get more than that. I mean, obviously this is the biggest trade ship. I guess if you got something to come back with, I guess you could have a higher profit. But can you do it within 9 minutes? So we're nearly there now, Arkham Port. So like I said, at this stage I'm looking for the station's spin axis. So you can see that is on the back, which is because it's not spinning. The doors won't spin clockwise around the station, because otherwise you'd never get out of it. So now I found it, so it's basically boost. And like I said, if I keep my speed up, that should mean the autopilot won't come on. However, doing this is a bit more riskier because I'm going at a higher speed. I think I'm lining it all up. Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't think in this run I get attacked either, so that does help. So I think I can just about see the front door, which is marked by them 2 little posts. So I'll need to slow down a little bit, but I don't want to slow too much because the autopilot will take over, and at this stage it could do something a bit silly. If I keep bringing it a little bit, then trying to bring it round. Like I said, this is not exactly the easiest ship to fly. So we want pad 40, which is right at the back. Whoops, I think I just hit something then, but it doesn't really matter. Right, so we're nearly at pad 40. So at this point I'll just slow down and let the autopilot take over. Right, so now we're landed. Basically want to sell our goods as fast as possible and, well, refuel and repair. So straight down to commodities, let's get rid of them. So Imperial slaves. Right, so now let's launch and get out. So back into the main menu. Right, so now we use the quick select menu and go and find Oran. Frameshift drive charging. Let's try and line ourselves up. Thankfully it's not behind the bloody planet.
4, 3.
Like I said, if you know a better trade run and you can beat 10 million per hour, let me know. Like I said, for the time being, I haven't seen anything quite as high as that. I mean, it's, you might, I don't know about the other run, but it's the, can you do it in 10 million an hour? Like I said, the other trade routes are usually further apart. This is just so far, it's the most unusual one, because the actual where you drop it off is only 13 away from the entry point, so I haven't seen many trade runs that are that close. Like I said, I guess if you've got a return good, that would vary it a bit, but it tends to be that what I've noticed so far is that if it's Imperial slaves, then it doesn't seem to be a particularly good ware to take back. I mean, it's usually something like crop harvesters or domestic appliances or something like that, or only net about, well, 300, maybe up to 500 credits per unit, and of that it seems to drop pretty quick, so they don't seem to be sustainable runs, but this does seem very sustainable. I think that's a red. Like I said, in this run I'm basically trying to do things as fast as possible. I mean, normally I urge on the 7 seconds to get there thing, and on this I'm kind of pushing it a little bit and then going to the 6 mark. If you push it to 5, you will probably overshoot. 6 is kind of pushing it a bit. But like I said, for speed reasons I'm trying to push it. Still at 6. At this point we could probably push the speed up a little bit, because we shouldn't overshoot. So I'll do the same as before. We'll do a manual get into the doors and then let the autopilot take over once inside, but again I'm going to have to keep the speed up to stop the autopilot come on. I could, I suppose, disable its power, would be another way of doing it, but when I'm docking at these speeds it's probably not a good idea to fiddle around with the menus, because you won't be looking to see what's going on. So we've asked for docking. Basically just got to line yourself up for the front door. Like I said, if you do know a better trade run, let me know. Like I said, I've looked into ones with a smaller ship like a Python, so it can land on outposts, and like somebody was saying, with an outpost that kind of a lot of people don't go to visit them, but I haven't noticed the profit really on what I've seen so far counteract the larger cargo base of the bigger ships. I mean, I think Python's about 284 maximum. Jesus, going a bit. Oh well, I've hit the side, don't matter. I think a Python's 284 and this is 528, so that's quite a big difference of cargo bay. So let's let the autopilot take over. So there we go, there's the trade run done under 9 minutes, which gets in around about the 10 million mark. Thanks guys, have fun.
Engines disengaged.